All right, time to do some retopology. So, in case of retopology, Zbrush has a couple of good options. One of them would be, and one of the quick ways would be using the remesher. And with the symmetry enabled, couple of options and couple of tweaks, you can get a decent result out of this option. But if you wanted to have a custom retopo, you have two main options, and I'm gonna use both of them and combine them to get the result. Both located in Brush, and one of them is Topology Brush, and the other the Modeler. So let's go select the handle. It's already selected. Solo. All right. And let me move that back a little bit. All right. And let's select the topology. It's going to give you a curve brush and make face whenever a four line cross each other. As you can see, this is a face, 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 face. This is a face, but can't create face here. Face, face, no face. And also you can continue the lines and make new face. Also, the thickness of the face depends on your draw size or brush size. Now you can click on your model, and I guess I have no, I don't have subdivision level, so it's gonna work. I just click in wrong spot, and it's making a face based on your curve. It's located inside the mesh and also combining with the old high poly mesh. To do the split, you can go to split and split unmask points. And this is our new created mesh. Shift F. And yeah, that's a simple plan based on this surface. All right, let's make a actual retopology based on this mesh and with the topology brush. So I'm gonna go to the top view, shift for snapping, and from the middle, let's make a almost straight line. All right, that's a line. Let me increase the draw size for now to see the brush more clearly. And another one parallel to the other one. Something like this. And maybe one more here. Another down here. And here. All right. That's gonna cover the half of the mesh. And if I go start making lines, as you can see, it's gonna make face. So you can't go all the way around the model and make face. It's a really annoying job. But as just like the other curves inside the ZBrush, you can start making the curve, hold shift, and as you can see, it's gonna cover all the way. So just start to create and hold shift, and yeah, that's not right. And maybe roughly that's gonna work based on your view. So let me go here, and it's a little bit stubborn. Yeah, we can move them with the Z modeler. So another curve. This is not right. This is too. Those are not connected. So let me start over again. This time a little bit more careful. Yeah, that's a line, continuous line. Go all the way down. And in between, all right, now again, drag, hold shift, let's cross all of them, and again, another line. Just drag and hold shift. Sometimes it's a little bit finicky. Yeah, that's not right. And we can change the points later. And let's see if I can connect them by hand. Continue this line all the way here. All right, now we have a half model retopology. So let's go and drop the draw size to 1, click surface, and yeah, that's our model inside. So let's split by mask point on mask points, and not bad, not a good either. We have a plan here. So let me go all the way down to display property and hit double to be able to see both sides of the plan, and it's an extra face. So switch to Z modeler, hover over this face, and it's a Q mesh, and by default if you hold Alt and click, you Yeah, that's not deleting the face. Hit a space, delete single poly, and delete the extra poly. So, all right, let me select the high poly, shift, and isolate that, and the retopo mesh. All right, good. Let's move the retopo mesh by gizmo out of the high poly mesh. All right, now in order to project that to the surface correctly, let's go to the tool, subtool, and project. Give it a distance and project all. Needs a little bit more. All right, that's good. But let me go without smoothing. Divide the model, the low poly. Now project. Now, let's add the subdivision after copying to the other side. So, all right, select the low poly mesh, go to geometry, modify topology, and mirror weld to the Z axis. Here. Now we have both sides. Enable the high poly mesh, ghost, and transparent. Now, with the Z modeler selected, hover over the edge, space, extrude, and snap to surface. All right. Hover over the point or vertex, move, snap to surface, hover over the face, and do nothing. This is our retopology brush setup. So if I hover over the face and drag, as you can see, it's gonna snap the surface, then drag to the other surface or other face. All right, just extrude those faces. Also down here. One more. And if I hide the high poly mesh, as you can see, we have our low poly mesh almost perfectly sitting there. All right, now let's move some of these vertices. I have something here. Yeah, that's too close to the other face. And face move by brush radius with the snapped surface selected. So first of all, let's hit X. And in Z axis, we have symmetry. Now, if I move the vertices, those gonna snap the surface and sit in the place. Maybe move them a little bit. And as you can see, we have at least one subdivision. Just need to have one subdivision down here. So hover over the edge, insert a edge loop. Also maybe little one here. Now if I go to the project and project that, as you can see, it's gonna sit down there. All right, now getting somewhere. Next move would be to push this at the edge. So hover over the edge and transpose edge loop complete. So if I click right here, it's gonna enable the gizmo. I'm gonna reset the gizmo and roughly match that by holding Alt to the edge and push that edge a little bit out. Also, there's an old trick. You can use this scale and scale down to make it straight. Also, a little bit wider. Back to draw, select this edge loop, reset, and straight that line out. To the other side, back to draw, click the edge loop, reset, match that to the high poly mesh, move out, maybe a scale. All right, back to draw and click drag to unmask. All right, now one edge loop short here, so hover over here and insert, project again. Right, now we need to have a cap here to cap the end, both ends. So we quit the symmetry, hover over the edge, close, and convex. Now we have option to cap the edge, also right to left movement of brush or pen, top to bottom, give it a more resolution, right to left, give it more bump or no bump. Also, before the action started, you can go and tell that to where is it? Polygon flat. I can see that. Keep convert center. No, if that was here before. I'm not seeing that. The option to keep the current poly group. That's not doesn't matter. You can hold Control W to make it one poly group. To the other side, just click and repeat the action. So W, hover over this edge, and this time with the bevel this edge a little bit, and also here click, Control W, and now we have this mesh clean as a whistle. So we have a little bit of creasing going on. So if you wanted to keep the crease, it's up to you. You can keep that, but I don't want to have any crease. So let's go to geometry, crease, and uncrease all. One more project. Enable the high poly mesh and project. Now it's gonna project all the way and sit on top of the high poly mesh. All right, it's good. That's our first retopology mesh. Let me bring back everything by holding Shift and click on the visibility eye. Yep, that's the mesh. For the each one of these tools, as you can see here, if I go to one of them, maybe here, we have started with a clean mesh and subdivided that. So if I wanted to have low poly mesh, I can quickly back to the original topology. And that's not bad, actually. So I'm going to use the low poly version for each one of these. Maybe a little bit of inserting edge and something like that. Yeah, all good. All right, now let's create a folder. Put the high poly inside the folder. So select the first subtool, and here new folder. Let's call that high poly, and drag and drop each one of these inside. All right, and close. Now another folder for the low poly. New folder and low poly. All right, I'm gonna transfer each one of the low poly mesh created mesh inside the low poly folder, and after finishing the retopology, I'm gonna merge and duplicate and merge the folder and use that as a low poly mesh. So let's go to the here each one of these and check the geometry. So F, it's not bad actually. So let's duplicate that. All right. Duplicate, then put this one back to high poly. Where is it? Here. And send the low poly version by holding Shift and this button all the way to the bottom here, below the low poly folder. So, and with the arrow key, let's go to the other one. Let's hit duplicate. Send this one all the way down with the Shift and arrow. Let's go back. make this one high poly. And maybe hit duplicate this one and shift all the way down, make that low poly. All right, the other one, duplicate, shift and move, make it low poly. All right, now this one I'm gonna make that a custom low poly version. We can actually put all of these inside a folder, duplicate the folder, then make them low poly. So yeah, that might work. Create another folder. And I need to move this handle parts, put them up, shift, shoot to the top. And also this one, shift, shoot, shift, shoot to the top. Now we have the teeth in separate folder. So on this option gear button, click and duplicate. Okay. Now we have a duplicate version. Inside this duplicate version, let's go to the all of them by hitting arrow key down and make them low poly. All right, and this way we have high poly version and low poly version. So in the next part, let's do a projection for each one of these. So first of all, let me put this one also in this folder. And for the high poly version, drag and drop in the teeth folder. So drag this one and all the handle related parts. What about this? Yeah, it's gonna go to the low poly. All right, now what we have is a high poly version, a high poly teeth version, low poly, and low poly just handle because I didn't make the other ones. So in next part, let's match the two together, and after that the handle and also bone related parts. So yeah. All right, let's go to the other handle part. Maybe this last part. Yeah. Let's solo that out. Zoom a little bit. And the symmetry is enabled. Hit X to disable that. And from the side, let's go and select the retopology part, retopology brush. And let's start by drawing a line at the middle. Another one. Oh. We have a subdivision level, so let me delete the lower. Continue this line all the way. And also from back. Yeah, that's gonna continue. So keep in mind, sometimes those are gonna attract to each other. Yeah, that's crooked. And that's two lines, so it's not a continuous line. Trying again, and no. Yeah, that's a continuous line. All right, now this time let's make the vertical lines by hand. So I'm gonna make a line here and make it a continuous line here. Again, yeah, that's a face. But too low. So let's go and create a line here. Continue that all the way. Again. Yeah, that has more resolution now. One more line, vertical. And right at the edge. For this part, let's go and use the shift. Just drag and hold the shift. And yeah, I guess that's good. So decrease the draw size to 1. Click on the mesh, hyperly mesh. All right. Split, unmask, point. And where is it? Here. We have extra face, just like the other part. So I'm gonna use the Z modeler face and delete a single face. Nice. Now select that low poly, go to the geometry, modify topology, mirror weld. Oh, delete this, delete here. Mirror weld by Z. It's already welded in some places. So let's go and hold Shift, select, and select the eyeball to just make those two visible. Transparent, ghost, go to top. And now with the Z modeler, a little bit more brush size, and move snap to surface and attract it enabled. This time hit X to enable the symmetry to make them meet at the middle. At the bottom and back. Right, not bad. Maybe move these faces right at the edge. Just like that. All right, we have a few edge short, so hover over the edge, space, insert, single edge loop, and Shift F to see the edge loops. One here and here. Maybe one here and here. All right, now hover over the opening edge loop. Hit X to disable the symmetry and choose close convex from this side. And yeah, that's really too early. So first of all, let me go for some extrude X to enable the symmetry. Move these edges and trim the vertex positions. And I guess now we can use the close. So X to disable symmetry, close, convex, and push that right and left to change the distance, and up and down to change the resolution. Let go. With the move brush, where is it? Here. Bigger brush and symmetry enabled. Let's move that to the place. All right, now back to Z modeler without symmetry, close, and close here. Also, this edge loop needs to be a little bit beveled. All right. Control W to make it a continue or single polygroup. Then project, where is it here? Project all. It's good, but as you can see, we have a little problem here. So increase the distance, project again. Now let's see the low poly alone. That's a perfect. One problem at the bottom and top here. Let's go and add a bevel here. I'm not sure how that works, so it's a little bit too late because I closed both caps. Maybe if I hit D and, well, because of the creasing, we can't use that option. So go to crease, uncrease all first. D. Yeah, that's not a problem. So Shift D to go back to the low poly stage. Let me move this new mesh to the low poly folder. All the way down here. Now we have two of the handles. And the polygon flow it almost matches, so not bad. All right, now the other parts, maybe this one. If I remember correctly, we have subdivision level for each one of them. So let's go back all the way down. Let's see if I can use this topology. It's a little bit dense. So now let's use a custom topology making. This time though, I'm gonna first of all make the circle edge inserts first. So switch to topology and shift. Well, we have subdivision level, so let's delete lower. And add loops all around. Yeah, a little bit closer. Oh, accidentally deleted all of them. So if you click on your model, you're gonna delete all of these curves. So be careful. All right, that's our vertical lines. Now the horizontal lines. Let me go and make that all the way here. And another one Oh, that's two separate lines. Yeah, now that's continue. Do I have the symmetry enabled? So let's disable this symmetry. It can't work with this symmetry. And from this angle, make that smaller. All right, not bad. It's almost at the middle, so we can mirror that. Click on surface, and here we have our half mesh. First of all, split that, unmask point, and let me see the result. Not bad, but it's gonna it make a cap all the way. So yeah, first of all, I forget to actually disable the or decrease the draw size. And yeah, let's delete this duplicate mesh. Go back, draw size at 1. Now click the empty place, unmask point, and now let's trim the inside. Switch to Z modeler, hover over the face, delete single, or this time, instead of using single, let me select the flat island. And yeah, it's almost flat, so it's gonna delete all of them at 1. All right, hover over this edge, insert a single loop here. All right, and let me disable this handle part. Select the low poly, and with the project option, a little bit more distance, project all. And as you can see, it projected almost perfectly. All right, now select the low poly mesh, then make it mirror weld, modify topology, mirror weld in Z axis. Solo, and yeah, needs to be welded in some places. So Z modeler, move brush, move vertex, and hit X to have symmetry enabled. Just push them together and weld those points. Not bad. We need to have a cap at the end. So first of all, let me align that to the high poly mesh. Quit the symmetry, Z modeler, hover over the edge loop, transpose, edge loop complete. Select that, Alt, reset, and let me match that to the destination. Scale and scale, then maybe a little bit of move. All right. Control drag to unmask, hover over the edge and close, convex, and all of that good stuff. Just drag top and bottom for subdivision level, and right and left to position. All right, now the other end with the transpose, reset, and drag down with the scale to make it straight. Maybe a little bit of rotation. Control drag to unmask and close. Where is it? Close. Yeah, it's a little bit needs to be moved with the transpose around here. Now close. And little bit of bevel on this edge. Yep, and Control W to make it one polygroup. Then project all. Solo, and now we have a perfect Retopod mesh. And hide or isolate that part. Let's grab this new Retopo, put it in low poly mesh. What we have so far is this much. All right, not bad. And we have two more mesh to create. This bottom handle and this, I don't know what that is. All right. Next, let's retopo those two. And I guess we left with the gum. Yeah. All right, let's continue by making the topology for this piece. So same as before, let me quit the symmetry, go for topology, and with the shift, well, again, we have subdivision level. Let's delete that. And make the vertical lines by holding shift. Let's check the curve all around. And now for the horizontal lines, one right at the middle, carefully all the way, and from here inside, all right, now we have some face. Again, under the mesh, all the way to the end, and now we have something like this. Drop the opacity, draw size to 1, click on the empty place. Let me find here. All right, now split, unmask, and points. This is our low poly, and as always, making some faces, extra face, double display property, switch to Z modeler and delete. It's already in flat island, Shift F, and delete the extra faces. So let's insert a edge loop right at the middle. All right, now uncrease all, modify topology inside geometry palette, Z, mirror and weld. All right, that's not bad. Oh, first of all, we project to the high poly. So let me disable this. Project with a little bit more distance and project all. Then mirror and weld with the Z axis enabled. All right. Visibility high poly mesh, transparent ghost. And Z modeler selected. Hover over the point, move, and snap the surface with the symmetry enabled. And weld them together all the way to the top. For this part, let me hover over the edge, extrude, snap surface, and attraction enable. So let's make extra face for the bottom part, just like that. Let me check here. Oh, I made a connection between these 4 vertex. Hover over the face and delete single poly here and here. All right, that's good. Enable the visibility high poly, and now let's extrude and weld. Let's go all around and weld those vertices. All right, let me see from distance. Check all the corners, and another way to check the mesh is to hit D to enable the dynamic subdiff and see if anything bad happened to mesh. Nothing bad, so Shift D. And we need to have a bevel here, so hover over the edge, a bevel, and quit the symmetry. Little bit of the beveling, maybe a little bit down here as well. Control W to make it one piece. All right, go to the side view, hover over the edge at the open border, and transpose. Select that loop, reset with the Alt, and rotate with the Alt, and make it flat. Maybe move that a little bit higher. To the other side. And make it flat, move that up. Go back to draw, control drag to disable the mask. Now space, close, and yeah, close that, and close this cap. Maybe a bevel here, and also here. All right, Control W again, then hit project. All right, that's not bad at all. So, let's move that to the low poly folder as well. And now we have all the handle parts. So let's go to the gum. All right, now it's symmetrical, so we can actually make a nice topology. So let's see if topology brush can connect and make a bridge around this shape, this long, this tall. So let's start with this part. It's a little bit difficult. Yeah, that's too far away, so it can't. First of all, let me delete the lower. All right. So let's make the topology without a symmetric enable. Let's make a central line all the way to the end. Make it bigger. And another one down here. And one more. All right. Now let's connect them together. And make some faces. All right, not bad. Click and make the face. Yep, the thickness is too high. Drag that to 1. And you know the drill. Split, unmask, point. Here. That's the new mesh. Let me go and increase all. All right, now switch to the modeler. hover over the face and disable any action, do nothing. Vertex, move, snap surface, edge, extrude, snap to surface. So we need let me hover over here. Yeah, we need a set of edge all the way through this line. So hover over the edge, drag. It's gonna drag one face. Just hit Alt and drag all of the line. All right. Now let's push that vertex down to make it snap to the surface, just like that. This one goes up and up. All right, not bad. Again, for the bottom part, drag here. Move this point and all the points and align them with the high poly mesh. Obviously, we need to have some extra edges. So maybe let me hover over the edge and insert. Maybe one here based on the dent here. One more here. And move this one down. One more here and move here. Also little bit of movement here. So let's see that in solo. That's our mesh so far. Let me go transparent and hover over this, extrude. It's gonna extrude all. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's move that to the center almost. So we're gonna mirror. And let's keep that like this, maybe here. Hit Alt to make it single face action. Right, now let's go for the front. And make that just like the other parts. Select, drag, Alt, and yeah. Let's move them one by one. So Alt and here, but we need to taper the end. So let me go back, however, the edge and space. This time, let's go and select the change the free side to taper. Now we can taper the edge by moving up and down. Or maybe let's leave that to cap. Cap close. So first of all, let me insert a loop here. Insert single loop. Maybe a single loop here and one more here. Let's move this one up, this one down. All right, now let's quit the transparent and use the, where is it? First of all, let me check the mesh for any inside face. Hit double, and yeah, it's clean. All the way up, enable the high poly mesh, quit solo. And now project all, maybe a little bit more distance. All right, now geometry, modify topology, and Z mirror and weld. All right. Transparent ghost, or maybe transparent only. With the symmetry. And extrude for the edge. Extrude them together, connect, and weld. Maybe make the brush smaller to prevent any unnecessary welt. First of all, let me move this vertex a little bit down. This one is not that good, so let me start this vertex first. It's not that good, so there's another way, and that would be the bridge. So create the symmetry, however the face, edge, sorry, and bridge, and bridge to vertex. All right, now the bottom part. Create the transparent. All right, now one more here, strangulated, so we can make that close by using the geometry, modify topology, and close hole. But first, let me go all the way in front. Enable that high poly. All right, and through W. And with the cap close, let's make a mesh. Something like this, and move that with the move brush. The symmetry enabled. Let's Control W and project again. Now it fits, but we need to have a little bit of trimming in some places. Let's do that in the next part. All right, a little bit of trimming. So, example, I don't want this vertices to connect it together, so the thing I can do is switch to Z modeler and delete single faces. Yep. Then with no symmetry, bridge these two edges. Add a edge at the middle and bridge. And bridge. And let's check. Yeah, we have one more here. So let me delete these faces. And bridge these two edges together. Add a divider at the middle. So insert edge. Then bridge. All right, not bad. Now the hole here. Let's see. Yeah, that's connected. So for this one, we can actually, yeah, let's make that happen with close hole here. Let's roll W, then again enable the high poly, and let's add a one subdivision level for the low poly. Divide that, then project all. All right, now we have our gum retopo version. So let's drag that inside the low poly. All right, this is our low poly so far. Not bad, actually. We are two part short, so let's go this middle skeleton or bone. Let's see that if we can't use that. That's really a bit too dense. So still the lower part, lower subdivision, Then let's try the 30 for the retopo with the shift. Yeah, can actually make that. And one more at the end, if I can make that happen. Let's see. Yeah, good. Now let's see if I can make a horizontal. Yep, good. Let me go to the bottom part. Carefully make a line right at the middle. Yeah, we need to delete this one. So not gonna mess with that right now. A line right at the middle of top. Yep, a little bit of problem here. It can be solved. So drop the brush size, click and make the mesh. Split, unmask point. And let's see that mesh solo. Yeah, I made it quite a big mess. So let's go down, enable the double. Do I have to? Yeah, do I have the symmetry enabled? And the answer is yes. So guess we can go back a little bit. Not in this subtool. Let's delete that subtool. Go back here. Z and disable the symmetry. Now let's make this shape. Split and yeah, half the problem is solved. Switch to Z modeler and delete flat island. Shift F to see that. Here. Not bad. Let's go up. First of all, let me make this face. Hover over the edge, extrude, and no taper. And move the vertices a little bit. All right, now see it's solo. Let's make a edge right at the middle here and here. Increase all. Then a project. Not bad. Let's go to the modify topology and mirror and weld in Z-axis. Nice. From top view. With the symmetry, let's move them together to weld. And going down. It's moving by brush size, so change the brush size to move points close together. All right, let's check that. Yeah, we have a little bit of problem. Here, so let me disable or delete this edge loop right here by holding Alt and click. All right, now extrude this edge and this edge. Connect them together. And without symmetry, let's close here. And the other end. And a little bit of bevel here. Control W and let's see that. Yeah. It's a little bit too pointy down here. So let me go back before the cap close and bevel here and here. Yeah, we have a problem. We have a vertices that not connected. So let's connect that first. Then little bit of bevel all the way. Right now, the cap close. And another bevel. Control W and let me go for some projection action. Right, not bad. Let's move the new Retopo mesh. Where is it here? To the low poly. All right, now we have our dagger almost completed. So let me close the high poly and go for the teeth. All right, a little bit of projection needed almost for some of the tooth. So let me enable them all. All right. Let's see if I can actually project in this stage when all visible. So let's see. Oh, that's a timeout. All right, it can't actually project from this stage, and it closed. So right, I had a open autosave, so that was not a problem. Let me do shift and select this tooth only and the high poly version right here. So let me arrange them also. Let's move the high poly version to the top here and select the low poly version. Make actual save. All right. See the next level of subdivision. Yeah, that's too much. All right, now let's try the projection now. with the low poly subtool selected, delete higher, and project. Yeah, that's the same. I guess we don't need to have that projection. So let's not do that. All right, so hide that as well, or even better, let's unhide everything and hide the folders. All right, that's the whole low poly version. So let me see. We go through them one by one by holding Alt and clicking on them. Yeah, they all have their own polygroups. Right now, let's make a duplicate version of the low poly folder for dagger and teeth. So make a duplicate. Where is it? Here. Okay. Hide the backup. All right, and merge the where's the merge up? I don't know about that. Merge folder, yeah, here. Merge the folder, and yeah, that's the merged version. All right, let me drag that out of the folder. And delete this folder. Delete all. Delete the folder with the content inside. Oh, what did I do? Where is the merged version? I deleted that accidentally, I guess. So let's merge the folder again. And put this tooth also inside. All right, now this is our backup. This is our merged version. Merge the tooth as well. Merge folder. Oh, I did drop this version, this merged version inside that folder. So let me delete that. Yes. So we don't need to have this one. Okay, now we have a merged version of the whole thing. So let me drop that down. We have a high poly version and a low poly version. And the active point selected subtool is 6,500. That's not bad. All right. Also, we can move that up by hitting Ctrl D and make a smoother version. Not gonna do that, because we're gonna bake the high poly version to the low poly. The gum is actually a little bit too low, but let's see what happens inside Substance 3D Painter. If it's low, I'm gonna add a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2 level of subdivision. All right, let's make a UV for this guy in the next part.